You are too. Do you think the browser has its own style sheet? Do you think so? Do you think what made, when we first did our H1, H2, H3, H4, H5, H6, when we wrote all this down, how they got smaller? The browser defined that. Browsers have their own built-in style sheets with their own default fonts, their own default sizes for things. And we are saying, I don't like your browser font and style. I want my own because I'm making my thing. This is how I create, and I'm putting my paint on the palette, right? Want to learn some more?
Yes.
Okay. Well, there are lots of CSS properties and lots of different types of selectors. One of these, I'm going to throw a background color. Background dash color colon yellow. Yeah.
Is there something that we could do to make like the whole background more color?
What do you think you might be able to do?
Like outside.
What might? Tell me what you think that would. Did you hear what she said? Say it good.
Put it on their body.
Go ahead and try it. Under body.
Under body.
So go, I'm doing it right here. Look up here. Body's sandwiching this.
Oh.
Now, if we would have put the header above the body, would the body have all been gray and then that extra header we put on top of body would have been white still?
If I put something on top of body, I'd be writing in proper HTML with these tags.
Okay.
However, because body is what's actually shown on
Okay.
the page. So that's a great point. And if, lots of browsers are very forgiving, you know. So if I did that, this one might take it. It might say, okay, you're not supposed to do this, and I'm not supposed to render this for you.
Okay.
But yes, it would. Yeah. So a good way to demonstrate this would be to, let me throw another tag at you because you guys know this one. Let's do a div tag. Divs are generic sort of containers, okay? I'm just going to do a div tag, and I'm going to do it between, I'm going to enclose my H1, H2, and H3 in that div tag. Not the H4, H5, H6. So I want you to take a look up here. And if this gets sort of all over the place looking, you can hit tidy up. It will straighten it up for you and make it a little bit more readable. Tidy up's up here. Okay. So,
How do you undo tidy up?
excuse me?
How do you undo it?
You have to do it by hand. Yeah, so if you don't like it.
That's standard.
So hit run, you'll notice that nothing happened yet. I'm going to introduce you to something, another part of HTML. So listen up. I have a div. I could, over here, right in my CSS, I could put div. And I could make all of my divs have a background color of whatever, red. Or, I only wanted certain divs to have a background color of red. And we're going to test this in a second. I'm going to use an attribute of HTML. It's called an attribute. The attribute we're going to use and learn about is called class. I'm going to put a class on this. Let's show you how. You do it with me. Class, so I'm in the div tag. There's a space between div and class. Class is an attribute of our div element. I'm going to keep using these words until they just are so, of course it's what it's called, Melanie. And I'm going to put quotes. So this is how we set it up. Attribute, in this case the attribute is called class, equals, attribute equals, and then something in quotes. That is the pattern. Attribute, whatever that attribute is, equal sign, quotes. Got it? This attribute is called class, and it is a way that we could just make up some word, some variable name that we have decided upon, and then access it over in our CSS. So pull in our JavaScript later, by the way, to do something with it, to put a handle on it, so I can get a hold